Give you a couple of people a minute to jump in here. Interviewing Mr. White again over here. So I'm going to wait a few seconds till a few more people jump in. Then I'm going to start. I'm going to go ahead and get started. Perhaps more people will join. I definitely would greatly appreciate it if you guys could hit that like button, share button, or what have you. We're back over on 10th Street in Augusta talking to Mr. Cornelius White. And today, in the city of Alexandria, as you can see, his meter pan, Mr. White says that, he did not touch his meter pan, but the city came out today and said that they had received reports of him tampering with his meter. And so I'm back over here to talk to him again. Mr. White, how you doing today? I'm gonna give you one of these mics right here, Mr. Mike. I need you. Let's see where I can put it on yet. Right there you go. There you go. I should get it. Mr. White, we back over here again today talking to you again. And you called me this morning a little after 10 o'clock. And you said that you noticed quite a few city trucks panning around the neighborhood and different things of that nature. And in addition to that, you had an opportunity to, you was in the house and you heard somebody fumbling around the yard. And I'm going to let you tell the story of what occurred.
Okay, Jack, I'm going to tell everybody where I'm at.
Okay.
And my name is Mr. Cornelius Lawson White, Jr. on 3638 10th Street in Alexandria, Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
My zip is 71302. My phone number is area code 318-446-6934.
Okay.
This morning, I was listening to Talk Back Live, and they were talking about the big bad Jack Hinton of UrbanCast and stuff. Some white collars had been watching your show and watching me about what was happening over here, and that my utility bill is high because of my water, not because of my gas or electric. And I roasted and toasted in here all over the summer with 100-degree weather and everything. So I did what I was supposed to do and everything. I asked them, and they said, well, Mr. White, we know you got a water problem over there.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, I told them I couldn't fix it right now because I didn't have the ability to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
I make $12.45 a month. That's all I make. I'm
Right.
a combat military police officer, veteran and stuff, but I didn't retire or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So that's all the income I got.
Mm-hmm.
So this morning, like I said, I was listening to Talk Back Live, and a white fella called in saying that his utility bill was higher than normal because I guess he just got his bill. He called up there to Big Al Quarterminer and Sandra McQueen on Talk Back Live wondering why his bill was high. If I could call in to them, but they blocked my phone number for some reason because I've been speaking out against Mayor Roy and stuff, and they call him racist old Roy, the good old boy, righteous old Roy, whichever one you want to go by.
Mm-hmm.
And so he hates me and everything. And like I said, I've tried to work with Mayor Roy and stuff. He promised he'd come on Talk Back Live on 970 AM just like Mayor Hall. They keep blaming Mayor Hall. Every time you go to the city council meeting, Jim Ballard, the first thing comes out of his mouth, oh, it's Mayor Hall's fault. It's all Mayor Hall's fault. That's a damn lie. This is all belongs on old Roy, Jacques Roy, the mayor. You never see him in the city council meetings, but where I'm sitting at, you can see him peering out the door and everything, peeking in, especially when that Negro from New Orleans said, black power, power to the people. He really peeked out there to see what was going on. But see, he never sits there. It's either that white lady or Goins or that other black fella. That's the only three that you see. So some people say, there's something wrong with him. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But you hear all kind of rumors and stuff. People be walking up to me saying, Mr. White, we're supporting you 100%. Man, they rolled us in Restore. We didn't even sign up. Now, I signed up for Restore, and they still doing me wrong. I was paying $600 a month on that.
Right. That's that. So what?
This is retaliation.
It's retaliation. So in a nutshell, then, Mr. White. So on Friday we went live,
Yes, sir.
and you talked about the concerns you had.
Yes, sir.
And early this morning you had gas in the house.
Yes, sir.
And for taking a bath or whatever, you had hot water and different things of that nature. But as of this morning, the gas service to your home was disconnected.
Yes, sir.
And I even had, after I saw your utility bill on Friday, I had an opportunity to really pay attention to it over the weekend. And it was clear, Mr. White, that, water was certainly a problem in your situation. And that caused the sewer to be almost twice as high as well. And that's what's got you with an excessively high bill, because, the discipline that you had over these hot months over the summer was just off the chain. Given the fact your electricity bill was like 30-some, averaging $30 a month, gas was about $20 a month. It would make you think that, with all of the assets, all of the monetary assets that the city of Alexandria have right now, you would think there are some reports of 5,000 people whose utilities have been interrupted. You would think we would be spending more time and more synergies trying to make sure we can help folk, as opposed to strategically or tactically getting out here and sending vital resources, targeting people. Because you spoke out in this matter, the cities showed you who was the bigger boss.
No, they didn't show me who was the bigger boss, but I'm still standing.
All right, I hear you. Yeah, go ahead.
Shicola Jones and Project Enough, we've got to sign that petition. We've got to root out Jock Roy. We've got to root out Jim Villard, and we've got to root out.
I think according to what I read on the thing, it was Mayor Roy, Councilman at Large Lee Rubin, and
Rubin, that was
okay, yeah. Those were the names that I read on that thing. Okay,
it's all the people at large or who are the mayor.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, the mayor and Reddix Washington promised help. They said we would get either $500 to $1,000 to help with these utility bills. Because my utility bill under Mayor Hall, it ended up being about $4,000 that I had to pay. But I had no money in 2022.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked for help from churches and stuff. But everybody thought my parents left me $1 million or thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
So no help came.
Mm-hmm.
And that was wrong.
Right.
These preachers and these pastors and all like that, you read the Bible. You're supposed to be helping the poor. But the rich treat the poor roughly and stuff. You can read all that. That's black ink on white paper. You can read all that in the Bible. Right.
So the retaliation.
Yes.
Have you spoke to anybody over at the city today? With regard,
I'm not going to talk to them, but come next Tuesday when that city council meeting, my voice is going to be heard, and others will be heard. Okay,
all right. Well, I tell you, it certainly seems like, the appearance that that we're seeing, it seems like maybe it's coincident, maybe it's their practices. There's no coincidence in it, but it certainly gives you the feeling that it's targeted attacks and different things of that nature. So for everybody who's out there listening, Mr. White, I will say though, his water is, a couple of folk here in town have volunteered some time, and they're actually helping him to get the water on. You would think that
water fixed.
The water fixed, get it back and fix it.
The water on for some reason.
Yeah. I was just saying, when I said online, I was talking about getting it fixed and all that kind of good stuff. So thank you for those folk who are anonymous.
Thank you so much. God bless you.
Yeah, absolutely. Y'all heard us, and y'all just stepped up. Even before I got to the house on Friday evening, folk had and said, hey, we're going to make sure we get this water taken care of. I just hope and pray that we got some people that's at the city of Alexandria, either the council or somebody in the administration, who has just an ounce of compassion to make sure that they can proactively reach out to you and help make a a smooth transition with this. But based upon what we're seeing when you're driving around the Sonia quarters, the north side of the town, you hear all of these generators running. It's like compassion has gone out the door because we seriously have a major problem.
Let me say one more thing.
Go for it.
We got a veteran on the council named Gary Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to talk to him after the council meeting was on October the 31st. He said I disrespected him and he didn't want to talk to me at all. Now, we're both veterans and everything. Now, he's a retired vet. I spent 15 years in the military police corps. But it's wrong for another veteran not to want to talk to another veteran about a problem or an issue, even though I'm not in his district.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Cynthia Perry said she'd be over here. Go ahead.
It's wrong for a person with authority,
Put
that's
that on.
in leadership, not to want to talk to you sitting in the seat. He is a council member.
Yes,
his job is to talk to you.
Yes,
when he took his job, that was his job.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
it is wrong for him to behave that way as an elected official, period. He doesn't have that right anymore. Once he took that job as a council, he has to hear you out.
Yes.
So it's not about being a veteran. It's about him being an elected official, and that is his job. And he started that in a council meeting when he told you to sit down. He had other people drive from somewhere else. So he had already had that intention towards you. And I, you know, it was clearly visible when he told you that, because you was the first person up. Those people could have waited after you. But what I want to say is, we talked about this in the recall. We talked about an abuse of power and political bullying. And this is exactly what this is. When you get together and you politically bully somebody. Now, they drove around this man's house, came here this morning, said that they got a call that his lights was, when he was using lights. When they seen that he wasn't using lights and that it hadn't been tampered, said that he tampered with lights, and they seen it wasn't that, they turned off his gas. The mayor can go sit at the YMCA 100 women's meeting, but he can't come out here and address the people. This is clearly an abuse of power right here. This shows you that these people do not care. It's not about black. It's not about white. It ain't about color. It's about showing that you're in charge and you're going to do what you want to do and you don't care about the people. This is what this is about. This is about keeping your feet on the poor, making sure that they can't come up. This is an abuse of power. And he thinks he has the city where, what type of mayor wants to sit there and watch his citizens suffer? What type of mayor would do that? Will watch all these people go through poverty, would rather hurt his city more than he's helping his city and do nothing to fix the problem. He's just sitting there with his friends, going out to eat at Pamela's, buy you in a bowl, sitting there eating, going to the YMCA events, sitting there eating, watching me at the utility office, sitting in the car. Just sitting there, enjoying his life while the people suffer. So while we're suffering, he's sitting at home drinking martinis.
How about that?
This is entertainment for him. This is what I have thought of these last couple of days. Watching you people suffer, if that's what they say, you people, is entertainment for them people that ain't got to suffer. This is exactly what this is. This is entertainment for them people. Because it's you people that's suffering, according to Jim Valloy's wife. That's what she said. You people need to pay your utility bills. Well, I tell you low poverty people what you do. Let's do something about it. Stop being scared. How many more elderly people and veterans gotta suffer before us young people get out here and say enough is enough? Because I ain't asking you to come out and watch, Mr. Clarence, because Mr. Charles, because I just believe you too old, Mr. Cornelius. So why Mr. White got to keep suffering for us? It's the young people that won't get out here, that won't vote, that won't do nothing, that won't fight back. The voices that need to be heard. The times that we need to come together. Y'all talking about that march on Jackson Street yesterday? That should have been inspiration to everybody with a utility bill. Because they clearly showed they fighting for something, you right, that's hundreds and hundreds of thousands of miles away. And they made sure that it could be heard right here in America. And you mean to tell me we all in the dark right here and we ain't going to do nothing about it? That shows you what a people mindset is too. Because the people has adapted to poverty. And when you adapt to things, That's why they don't want change, because they scared of change. They used to living with no lights and in the dark and poverty and abuse of power. The people has adapted to this type of behavior. So they won't stand up for themselves because they used to it. It's like old people. When you move them from one place to another, what happens? Sooner or later, they either die or they can't adapt to the change. So that's what's going on in Alexandria. The people cannot adapt to change. So you used to being abused. So in order to fix this problem, we at least got to be willing to try. Even if you can't adapt to the change, you got to be willing to try. And the citizens got to be willing to try. Why let that man sit in his house and sip martinis and go to rehab every other day and laugh at our expense? We ain't got nothing. He's sitting in his house laughing. He won't even face us. Every meeting, he's sending Jonathan Goins out to face us. I got so bad, I had to look. I thought Jonathan Goins was the mayor. I had to ask myself, was Jonathan Goins the mayor? Who is the mayor? Lee Rubin sat there that whole council meeting and laughed at us. He kept a smirk on his face the whole council meeting. Jim Villard didn't know what was going on. He had never read the Home Rule Charter or the Restore. All he could do was tell everybody they was a lie, and the fact of the matter was he was lying. That they had made a fool out of him. Cynthia Perry got up there and said she was sorry. Well, sometimes when you don't read, you have to be sorry. Radix just didn't care. Lizzie, I don't even know why she's there. Y'all need to go back and get Tom Thurston, whatever his name is. She needs to go too. I don't even know why she's there. Chuck Fowler, he sits there like he's the king. He may not be the president of the council board, but in his mind, he is. He is the president of the council board. He ain't got a concern for nobody, not the mayor, nobody but himself. He's all in it for Chuck. Gary Johnson, man, it was a need for Reed if this what you was going to do. You ain't did nothing that you was supposed to do. You called that meeting to make yourself look good. But when you get in there, you tell people when to talk and how to talk, and you don't want the people to voice their opinion. You want to try to control the problem. See, we can't get to the solution because it's people like you who want to control the problem. So how could you fix the problem if you got people like you trying to control it? So you just made a fool of yourself. You called that meeting to make yourself look bad. When you left there, I know on your bald head you had 10 little screens growing because you actually made a fool of yourself. No council sitting up there has read the Home Rule Charter, and that is their job guidelines that tells them how to do their job. So what does that tell the people? This is a lack of leadership. This is abuse of power. They're in it for that little $1,400, $1,200 check that they get a month and whatever kickbacks that they can get off the people. This is what they're doing. And meanwhile, people like this pay for it.
All right. So our next steps, Cornelius, hopefully, after the guys get done with the repairs, you should at that point in time be able to reach out to the city of Alexandria, and they should be able to tell you what the adjustment is, right, and what you.
I didn't give him a tampering fee, and he didn't touch it.
Yeah.
The good thing is the numbers is still the same, so they know that it wasn't no utility use.
Right. Well, yeah. Well, hopefully they'll realize that, and they won't.
Do y'all know Michael Marcotte was on my Facebook page, liking stuff? Mr. Marcotte, I want you to call me and tell me what exactly was you looking for on my Facebook page. Because I got proof. You made a mistake and liked everything on my Facebook page. Could you please tell me what is it that you're looking for on my Facebook page? Because somebody on UrbanCast tagged Michael Marcotte and let him know that Shicola is now looking for him. And he got my number because I talked to him before. So he don't need to be snooping on my Facebook page, him or the mayor's wife. Stay off of my Facebook page if you ain't gonna fix the problem. Now, with that being said, just as well as you're watching me, I'm watching you. Stay off of my Facebook page.
All right. So the next steps that Cornelius needs is to get everything situated here, and hopefully by Wednesday you'll have some lights back on over here.
Maybe so.
Maybe.
Maybe not. But God is watching over everything. Something happens to me, I guarantee you God's going to take care of some of them.
Right. Well, guys, I definitely want to appreciate y'all. I know it was somewhat disappointing this morning when Cornelius called me and said that, hey, city officials are sick, and then after then, the gas to your home was cut off as well. A plea to the council, a plea to the administration is to say, hey, guys, just start doing the right thing for our people. That's all we're asking for. We're not asking you to give us anything. I think listening to the concerns of a lot of the citizens who are talking, I haven't heard anybody saying, give us anything. What I hear people saying is work with us. Help us help us through this thing, and that's what they're looking for. So if there's somebody on the council or if there's somebody in the administration, let's try to start showing a little compassion, and helping the people of this city. And the reason why I say that is because I actually spoke to some former officials with the Hall administration. Hall administration said that some $40 million were left, as assets to work with, and we're in a crisis right now. And you would think that we would have used a little bit more wisdom, as opposed to what we did. I mean, so hopefully somebody on the council will show a little compassion and do the right thing by Wednesday, hopefully.
No, they'll probably show more retaliation, but we'll be ready for them.
Let me tell you something. Okay. I don't get on here and I don't talk about the retaliation, but I was the first person to experience, because last month my lights was cut off and I didn't even get a utility bill. When I went up there and the lady printed me a utility bill that should have came in the mail, she didn't print me like the one, she printed me an actual utility bill. When I paid my bill, 2 days later, when did I got a bill? It shows on my postal service. I went and printed out my UPS because it's digital. I can see every piece of mail that's supposed to come to my house. So when you talk about bullying, this is exactly what this is. Well, Mark, I'm not scared of you. I live with a generator. I won't pay you nothing.
All right. Well, Cornelius, Shicola, you guys have anything else to say before I end this live?
I don't have anything else to say other than bring it.
So what's the next steps? I'm gonna ask you a quick question before I do get off. Where are we? Where's your process on the
recall?
On the recall, right?
We're in the middle. I guess we're gonna get out and be more active and get more signatures for the people. And I think right now we need to add more people to the recall. I think that's been a decision with us that we were holding back on and trying to decide when was a good time to add the rest of the people to the recall. Well, I believe now with the time and within days will probably be a best time to add more. And I'm not just talking about Reddits. A lot more needs to be recalled.
Okay. Well, listen, I want to thank y'all for y'all time.
I want to end with something too. Shicola, you said the young people need to stand up. The old people do too, that can take care of bills, can pay bills, can do everything. Like I said, I got a cousin that could help me, that won't help me. And so I think the older generation needs to help the younger generation. We're supposed to be guiding y'all. You're not supposed to be guiding us, but you are. And so we need to salute Shicola Jones. I just call her Shy the Sly. She's something else. And Project Enough, I was about to say Project 20. Project Enough, we need to support old, young, white, black, rich, poor, Republican or Democrat. We all need to support Shicola. They all need to go. Shicola's right. Instead of those three, they all need to go.
Even if you're rich.